With NetherRealm only having one more DLC fighter to release in Injustice 2 as of making this video, it is certain that in 2018 there will be a reveal trailer for their next fighting game, which is of course my favorite game franchise of all time, Mortal Kombat, in its 11th game in the series. And in anticipation for the game being revealed in 2018 and then being released in 2019, I'm going to be talking about things that I personally would or wouldn't like to see in the game, whether it be characters, game mechanics, story aspects, and so on. And each video will be on a different topic in a series that I would like to call Journey to Mortal Kombat 11. So this being the first video in the series, let's talk about probably one of the most important aspects in any fighting game, the roster itself. So we will talk about all the characters that should be in the game's main roster that returned from the previous two Mortal Kombat games, MK9 and MKX, as long as they are alive in the canon. I am not going to go into too much detail for all the characters, but some will need some explaining. So let's get started. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, of course they are staples, so you need them in a Mortal Kombat game. Raiden, Kitana, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Kenshi, Reptile, Devora, Bo Raicho, Triborg, Tremor, Kodokan, Tanya, Takeda, Aaron Black, Kun Jin, Sindel, Johnny Cage, or Sonya Blade. Now the reason I say or is because of this next person, Cassie Cage. Now to me, in MKX, Cassie felt too much like her mom and dad in many ways, so she never really felt unique to me. I mean, she had a shadow kick and brawler variations just like Johnny. But if they would have taken out Johnny or Sonya or given Cassie Cage her own unique variations, then she would have felt more unique. So maybe take out Johnny or Sonya Blade or give Cassie Cage her own unique moveset, and then that will be 100% better in my opinion. Jacqueline Briggs. Just another quick note, she was in a way too much like her dad with the metal arm gauntlets, and in several of the arcade modes it is shown that Jax dies. So maybe have her in the game and not her dad. Ermac, or maybe even Shang Tsung. Why maybe? Well, let's go back to MK9 for a quick example. Because in one of MK9's arcade endings, we see that Smoke turns into an Enra. Then in the first chapter of MKX's story mode, Smoke even announces himself as an Enra, which goes to show that some of the arcade mode endings are canon. And at the end of Ermac's ladder in MKX, it is shown that Shang Tsung is taking the souls out of Ermac to bring himself back to life. So there is a possibility that Shang Tsung could come back in the next MK game. Without him, we wouldn't have a sorcerer unless NetherRealm creates a completely new character that's the new sorcerer. Shiva or Goro. We didn't see Shiva die anywhere in MK9, and I believe she is still alive in the comics, so it would be nice to see her return. And Goro was a pre-order character in MKX, so it would be nice to see him on the main roster without having to be a DLC character. But I would only like one Shokan, not two. Noob Saibot. Again, we never saw him die in the Sonado. Rain, because I would love to see him in the main roster of a game. He was DLC in MK9, then was pushed to a background character in MKX with his full move set and everything. He should have been a surprise unlockable character in the crypt along with Baraka and Sindel. Scarlet. Again, she was a DLC character, and in the comics, she never died on screen, page, whichever, and was taken prisoner by Melina after losing her legs. So there might be a slight chance she is still alive? Maybe? And lastly, Jade. I think her MK9 ladder is canon as well. After defeating Shao Kahn, she is possessed by the spirit that takes her over, and that's it. She did make an appearance in MKX at the end of Kitana's ladder ending, but outside of that, she is a ghost. I'd love to see her return even if she was possessed by this mysterious woman in the next MK game, and maybe even given a split personality when fighting, just like Enchantress in the Injustice 2 game. And those are the returning playable characters that I would like to see in MK11 that carry over from the previous two games that are still alive, or might be still alive. Did I miss any that are not guest characters? We will get to those later. Please tell me what characters you would like to see return in MK11 and why down in the comments below. And next time in the journey to Mortal Kombat 11, we will talk about the characters who deserve a second chance.